aita for calling my MIL uneducated about nutrition and kicking her out of my house after she criticized what I made my son for dinner. So my husband and I have one 18-month-old son, and I am pregnant with our second baby. We live in a major city, and his mother lives in a suburb 45 minutes north of us. Her doctor works out of a hospital located downtown in our city, and my MIL will often stay over at our place after her appointments instead of driving back to her home, as her appointments usually end right around when rush hour begins. Yesterday was one of these days. She went to have some labs drawn at the hospital and then came over to our home when I was just about done cooking dinner. My husband was at the gym. I had a long day yesterday. I felt absolutely exhausted from pregnancy and chasing my toddler around all day. We were running low on groceries with not a lot of dinner options, so I was planning to make a really easy dinner of spaghetti with frozen meatballs. But when I went in the kitchen to start cooking, I realized that we were actually out of the meatballs I thought we still had. It was too late to go to the store to get something else to make. My kid was already acting hungry and I was starving and exhausted. So I just thought, well, I guess we don't need to have protein with every single meal, and made the pasta without meatballs. When my MIL saw me putting my son in his seat and serving him his food, she said, "Just pasta?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot I used up all our frozen meatballs until I was already cooking, so it's a meatless dinner night." And she said that she wished I would have texted her and she would have grabbed me meatballs from the store on her way so that her grandson and her grandbaby-to-be could have a real dinner. This really irked me, as his meal was a real dinner, and it's not like I don't serve him protein. He had protein with breakfast and lunch yesterday. I also don't like how she referred to her grandbaby-to-be getting a real meal as I'm pregnant, and so it's obviously me who has to eat in order to nourish the baby. It's me that's not getting a real meal, according to her logic. It made me feel like she sees me as some kind of vessel, and really made me mad. I told her that maybe she's uneducated with how much protein humans actually need, and there's nothing wrong with our dinner. She immediately got very upset that I called her uneducated when she's raised 3 boys and she knows what growing boys need to eat, and told me I should try and plan harder next time. This last comment sent me over the edge, and I yelled at her to get out of my house if she's just going to shit all over my mothering abilities, and that she needs to stop using our place as a home base in the city when she has her appointments if she's going to make comments like that. She left in a huff, screaming about how she couldn't believe I was kicking her out over some constructive criticism before she even got to spend time with her grandson. I told her I'm not looking for any type of criticism from her. She called my husband and said I went on a hormone-induced rage and kicked her out because I couldn't deal with being called out on not serving my son a proper dinner, and said she wants to keep coming over after her appointments. My husband wants both of us to apologize to each other to make peace. But I told him I'm not some elementary schooler who's going to be forced to apologize when I didn't do anything wrong just to make the issue go away. Now he's mad at me too, and I'm wondering if I actually didn't do anything wrong, aita for giving my baby food. So my husband 31M and I 32F are first-time parents to a boy about 5 months old. We also live with Mill 65F and SIL 38F. Baby started solids a month ago and has really taken to it. Like he won't take regular bottles anymore, only bottles with rice cereal in them, and has tried a few purees with success. He also watches me when I'm eating, like he's studying how to. So lately I've been dipping my finger in whatever I'm eating and letting him taste it. It's just stuff like gravies, sauces, and meat juices, just like a drop of a liquid on the tip of my finger. Last night we were all eating at the table, and baby was in a bouncy chair next to husband and I. I dipped my finger in some gravy and gave it to him. He loved it, BTW. Husband and Mill got upset, saying things like it's too much, it's too soon, it's too much salt. I clapped back with, it's just a drop, and I want him to explore new flavors ASAP. But husband is insisting it's too much too soon, and it'll upset his stomach. Mill thinks I'm pushing him. But I grew up in a huge family surrounded by babies. Husband has a tiny family, with no babies when he was growing up. That's just how we introduced foods and got babies interested in loving food. It just makes sense to me. But now husband is upset saying that I'm brushing off his concerns. But I'm frustrated because I feel like I have experience and know what I'm doing and he's not trusting that. But I feel like an asshole because he's just concerned about his son. My uncle gave my 6-month-old food and I clearly said she's not ready. He says I'm overprotective. I hate living at home with my big Hispanic family. They don't respect my choices on what and how I want to raise my daughter. She's 6 months old. I'm waiting to feed my daughter till she's able to sit up on her own. But today I was tired, so my uncle held her while I ate. He decided to give her yogurt. I said no. I don't want to give her sugar first. I want meat first. Animal nutrients-dense foods. He said, I didn't give her any. I'm playing. I'm not stupid. I see her mouth all white. It doesn't help. I have 2 uncles and mom saying it's what she wants and she likes it. I don't want to overreact, but I just kindly walked away. I wanted her first food to be animal-based and mostly when my husband is home. Tell me I'm in the wrong or anything.